What's good in the YouTube? This is Crazy Samurai 71 here bringing another video. Today I'm bringing a video on Power Rangers Super Ninja Steel 25th anniversary episode that will be airing on Nickelodeon on August 28th at 8 p.m. Just today they released a couple of things. First of all, there were details regarding the plot as well as a small teaser trailer for Power Rangers Super Ninja Steel. This teaser trailer shows off stuff for the rest of the season as well as the legendary episode, so keep that in mind. As far as things go, I do want to go into details on the plot stuff that we've seen, and I'll talk a little bit about the little teaser that was shown off. Basically what the teaser showed off, for those that are wondering, regarding the anniversary episode, we do end up seeing that there is an appearance by David Frank, who played Tommy Oliver, the Mighty Morphin Green, White, Zeo Red, and Turbo Red, as well as Dino Thunder Black Ranger, making an appearance where first of all he shows up as Dino Thunder Black and then he de-transforms, and we end up seeing Tommy. And what happens is that Jason Font, who played Wes from Power Rangers Time Force, recognizes him as Tommy and says Tommy. And then we also see in the image is Lee Ming-Hu, who played Gemma from Power Rangers RPM, also in the shot for that moment. There's also additional images showcasing a scene where the Power Rangers from Power Rangers Ninja Steel are getting attacked by a monster who's turned big, and there actually is a brief appearance by the Mighty Morphin Red Ranger, which implies that most likely it's actually going to be Steve Cardenas, because that was something that was rumored that he would be in it. People were suspecting in some cases that maybe it was Gia, but the thing is that if you look at the costume, there's no skirt, so it's definitely has to be Steve Cardenas that is likely going to be making a cameo appearance, which is something which he was one of the actors that was rumored, so that totally is a feasible thing that he could be one of the actors returning. And by the way, Steve Cardenas, for those who do not know, played Rocky, so I wanted to clarify that right away. But going into the details for the plot that I mentioned before, we do have some, again, these do spoil things a little bit, so if you are not interested in hearing about that, I'll give you a couple of seconds to skip ahead or maybe stop watching, but I'm going to continue in 3, 2, 1. Okay, so the details that we have here, by the way, the name of the episode is Dimensions in Danger, and what the episode will focus on primarily is two returning cast members. Jason Font, who I said before was was Wes, the Time Force Red Ranger, and Jason David Frank, the actor that played Tommy Oliver, the Mighty Morphin Green White Ranger, as well as the Zeo Red, Turbo Red, and Dino Thunder Black Ranger. A new villain will be introduced called Lord Ravan, D-R-A-Y-V-O-N, so playing off of Lord Draken but changing the name because they don't want to copy it, obviously. So that's interesting. While exact specifics were not given to us, his ultimate goal is to destroy the multiverse. That's right, Power Rangers fans. It's now canon that there's multiple universes in Power Rangers as opposed to just two, the regular universe and the RPM universe. To achieve his goal, he has started kidnapping Power Rangers throughout the multiverse. Wes, the Time Force Red Ranger, detects the disturbance and heads through time and space to recruit other Power Rangers to defeat Lord Draven. These kidnapped Power Rangers are used to create evil copies that Lord Draven controls. But what about Tommy? You cried, never fear. So this is additional details. Apparently there will be an evil Tommy return. That's what that kind of image that I mentioned before with the teaser is. We're actually seeing him de-transform, and that's likely going to be the evil Tommy that confronts the Rangers. But what's important to note is that he's supposed to be a robot, an evil robot clone, but it is said that the regular Tommy will be appearing possibly with some familiar weapons as well as some new ones maybe. Will he be the one to save the day? We'll have to wait and see, of course. Now, before you scream, and this is something that's actually true, oh, this sounds like the most amazing thing ever, which it does sound really good. Like, actually, this gets me way more excited than the Legendary Battle did. I mean, Legendary Battle it always sounded okay, but this one sounds really interesting because they're really going out of their way to create something really original out of this. So that makes me super excited because this plot idea sounds awesome. But what is important to note is the fact that aside from Wes and Tommy, most of the other Rangers that will be making cameo appearances aren't going to have a lot of screen time or dialogue. So it's very important to note, because what that basically implies is that it's very similar to the legendary battle, where most of the Rangers either had no dialogue or they had like a line or two of dialogue. And unfortunately that has to do with the fact that, again, they're going for that short 22-minute period of an episode that they tend to have. So it's really unfortunate, because obviously you have all these Rangers, you'd want them to be used a lot, but for some reason they just never are able to get it where they can do a long special. Even though it's a special anniversary, it doesn't matter, they still can't do it, which is really unfortunate, because in all honesty, if I would really love it if they could push for that somehow, but I do understand that it's not an easy thing to accomplish. Now, as far as other things go, what is being said is that apparently on Netflix they are considering making an extended cut for the Dimensions in Danger episode, where it will go into maybe an additional half hour or additional 22 minutes of the special, expanding on the story, adding new scenes, adding additional content, etc. But as far as when that will happen, it's unconfirmed. As far as whether or not that will air on Nickelodeon, it's also unknown. It may never air on Nickelodeon. It may be Netflix exclusive. That's something that actually is being hinted at, but it is important to keep that in mind. So as far as things go, these things do sound interesting. The teaser looked cool. The teaser showcasing Tommy Oliver as the Black Diamond Thunder Ranger. I like that idea. It is cool to see Wes getting a focus, because I love Time Force. Time Force is a great season. It's one of the most popular seasons in the show, and it's also an awesome season, and it has some great characters in it. As far as the past Rangers go, it does sound interesting. What we also supposedly are hearing about is that there are 16 Rangers that are going to be in this episode. It's unclear when they say 16 Rangers as to whether or not they're 16 Rangers from the past or in general. My guesses are it's probably in general. What that would mean is that it would be the 6 Ninja Steel Rangers, and then it would probably be 10 legendary or past Rangers returning. So that's not a huge amount of past Rangers, but that's actually a good amount overall. What's also important to know is that the evil Tommy, he's a robot clone or whatever, and the idea is that Lord Ravan is trying to kidnap past Rangers to make evil clones of them. And the thing is that what that means is that they may be getting either more actors to have evil clones, or it will be where we don't even see those actors. Maybe we just see the suits being used for this episode. So maybe we'll see evil Ranger suits of some seasons that you maybe aren't thinking about, like seasons that may not be represented at all, like SPD, like I don't know, Ninja Storm, like Operation Overdrive, you name it. I mean, all these things are possible. We don't know for a fact, and again, I won't assume anything until we actually get official confirmation on how this is going to work. And also, I'm very curious to see how Lord Ravan will work. It's also possible that Sledge will be showing up in this. That's another thing that people have been suspecting. What we do also have is some additional images I want to mention, showcasing some behind-the-scenes footage of the episodes being filmed with some stunt actors. One of the images that we've seen features stunt actors for the Gold Samurai Ranger, the Dino Thunder Blue Ranger, which means that both Antonio and also Koda will be showing up for sure. That's like real confirmation now. What also is important to note is that there's images showcasing the pink Turbo Ranger as well as the Green Ranger, and there's also images that showcase the the Dino Thunder White Ranger And a few other suits are shown off that are a little bit harder to tell who they're meant to be showcasing, but it is pretty cool. One of them I can tell looks to be, if I had to guess here, there's one suit that has like a, so you can see there's going to be definitely Mighty Morphin Red in some form. It looks to be that In Space Blue is happening, which implies that TJ will be showing up as In Space Blue. So from what I can see here, if there is 10 legendary ones, and I'm talking about, say, Antonio, Antonio, Diamond Charge Blue, so Coda, Wes, Tommy, TJ, Mighty Morphin Red, Dino Thunder White, and at least 3 other suits being, I think there's Pink Turbo. I'm not sure if I said Pink Turbo already. I don't know what the 2 other ones could possibly be, and maybe there's more that we don't know of, or maybe that isn't officially confirmed yet. But from these, that's what we know of right now. Again, maybe the numbers are lower, maybe the numbers are higher. I'm guessing they're probably higher, but that is pretty cool to note overall, and I'd love to know your guys' opinions about this. And are you looking forward to this episode? Please remember to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. So until then, guys, I'm Crazy Samurai 71, and goodbye, guys.